Welcome to the YouTube.
4 days, hundreds of kilometres, one of the most scenic and challenging road rallies in Australia. This isn't a race against the clock, it's a test of consistency, concentration, and whether you and your car can survive the journey. It's called Targa Classica, a celebration of driving, competition, and the stories that happen in between. And somehow, we ended up on the entry list. 2 mates, 0 rally experience, and a 550 horsepower BMW wagon that, on paper, had no business being here. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Pat, and this is 2PJZ. This channel is where I tell the stories about cars and the people who love them. And this rally, this was shaping up to be our biggest story yet. But I'm not alone. My mate Ben is riding shotgun. You may know him from his massive photography page, Life Through Optics, but what you should know about Ben is that he is an Alfa Romeo tragic. He's very prone to getting car sick, and like me, he had no idea what we were doing. But when approached by James from Targa Classica with an opportunity to team up and take on this event together, the answer was an obvious yes. We were car number 145. One of 86 teams, 51 in our class, no co-driver training, no prep, just a road book, a few cameras, and 4 days to figure it out. This is the M3 Touring. It's fast, capable, but it's also got a boot full of camera gear, heated seats, and Apple CarPlay. When BMW first dropped the Touring, I knew I had to try it. And when I was speaking with them about something else and they mentioned that the Touring would be free to take on Targa Classica, I jumped at the opportunity. But I also knew one person I had to convince, my partner Erin.
Hello.
What is this?
What do you think?
Remiss of me not to say it's a wagon. No, what? This is... Oh, it's comfy. This is really nice. Wow.
If you've been following my Instagram, you would know that she's famously anti-wagon. In fact, she absolutely hates them. She thinks they scream the dad who never achieved his dreams. But, of course, I disagree. This car had something to prove, and I needed to show her. So, I went to pick her up as a surprise from the train station.
Oh, I feel like I knew the day would come where you'd roll up on a wagon to spite me. Oh, I mean, it's still a wagon. Whoa. Does the seatbelt just pull me in?
Yeah.
You're sitting in here. I've never sat in a car of yours that has so much room. Like, so much stuff in here. That was a lot of pull. Oh, yuck. I don't know how I feel about this anymore.
After a 3.5 hour drive from Melbourne to Albury in New South Wales, it was time to get stickered up. And this is where I should introduce you to our friend Sam, who will be joining us for part of the journey.
How are you?
Good. How's the drive?
Good. The car made it, which is good. Here's a Sam's. I don't know if you can see it over there. I don't have much zoom on this, but Sam's E39.
It made it no issues, touch wood.
Not yet. It is an old BMW.
There's oil, a toolkit, and water in the boot.
That's all you need.
Ben and I were supposed to arrive at Albury around 4 hours before we actually did, which meant that we didn't get a briefing. No training. We didn't even know how the timing worked. Among some pretty cool classics, our M3 Touring looked a little bit out of place until it was all stickered up, and then it looked like a race car.
Just about action time. Got a few of the cars already starting on the start line. Targa starts with the oldest cars, so number 1 first. So we're number 145, which means we won't be starting for a little while yet.
There was something about being at that start line, with Ben next to me and a Porsche up ahead, that made it all feel very, very real.
All right, ready to go, guys. At the start line. God, I'm actually really nervous.
Yeah, I know.
There we go. All right, so it says it's like 14 seconds to get to the first one. I should be timing you. So once we go over here, just go, I don't even know what to do, because then this is the finish line, dude.
Oh! After completing our first test, not very successfully, we got to the second one. Targa is complete with a few different tests, but one of them is an average speed zone. Unfortunately for Ben and I, we decided the couple hundred meters preceding the average speed zone was a fantastic chance to try and figure out the M3's launch control.
Oh, here's the average speed. Shit, that came up fast. Try and get down to 97.
And we stuffed it up. But with a twin turbo 6 and a straight road ahead, I mean, it's only fair to forget about that accuracy.
So yeah, you can see this yellow section right here. This is an average speed. So we've got these time trial zones, but then we also have these average speed trials as well. So that's what we're doing right now. And the goal was 97 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
Those guys probably thought we were nuts.
It was time now in the short period of driving that we actually had today to hit some proper roads. We linked up with some heavy hitters. GT3 RSs, AMGs, M3s, this orange Spider RS that's cruising in front of us, and suddenly our wrong car looked completely right in a convoy with our German mates. The M3 kept up, and more than that, it belonged.
Poor Ben's feeling a bit car sick though, so I do feel bad going into these corners.
It's fine, it's fine. I'll stick the head out the window.
This is the whole reason you do things like this, is to cruise in a group. There's just nothing that beats it. This is a bit of Australia for you people. Lots of green trees, not all just dry all the time. Country Victoria or New South Wales. I think we're in Victoria now.
We're in Victoria now.
Yeah, we are. We're going back to New South Wales though. Oh man, this is living. Putting the capital T in touring today, ladies and gentlemen. How cool is this?
I see what you did there.
How cool is this?
And then for me came a moment that, as a lifelong BMW fan, felt like it was a gift from heaven.
Driving an M3 with an M3. Oh yes, it does not get any cooler than that.
Phil's beautiful E30 M3 pulled up beside us. The original, one of my ultimate grail cars.
That is sick.
Driving the latest M3 next to the very first example in Australia in a proper rally, it honestly hit me way harder than I thought it would, and I think you can tell by my reaction.
That was proper. That was awesome.
You don't get moments like that often, yeah.
No man, that is a total dream come true.
That's a happy BMW fan.
I'm so glad that we got that on camera. I'm so glad. Oh, yes. Dude, honestly, that has made my day. Oh god, it's doing BMW things. There is a bit of coolant on the floor as well. Seeing these two together, man, like 36 years difference between these two. But I know you don't really like your Beamers, but what do you...
Mate, I love my BMWs, but I can't pretend to appreciate the history.
What you like is this gold one.
Yeah.
This limited edition. Alfa Romeo, if you can't see that here, these are Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglios. They're Ben's version of the M3. To what the M3 is to me.
This time last year, I had that for 5
And you
weeks.
drove that very car.
Yeah.
Ben is a huge Alpha guy. If you follow any of his pages, you would know that for a fact. But me, I've always been BMW through and through. Day one wrapped with us 68th overall and 39th in class. But the real win, honestly, was just making it through day one without getting too lost.
Here we go. We learned a lot yesterday, but we got the results. It's a good result considering we both had absolutely no idea what we were doing. We got lost multiple times.
Yeah.
We cooked all of the stages pretty much. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, me too.
We made up a lot of time somehow.
We came into day two knowing just a little bit more. Enough to stop making dumb mistakes and start chasing proper pace.
Why am I still scared?
I don't know.
I'm still nervous.
We're doing another stage out of the park.
Resetting the trip. Oh, it's a slightly different start.
Oh, I made it. Go.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Sam.
Yep.
So Sam's joined us, if you can see him in the back.
Yeah, he's just over my shoulder there. Sam from Lag Media. He's
Thanks
with
for
us
that.
today.
I would have left him
you, guys.
behind.
10, 11. Okay, that's the end.
No, there's one more here.
I'm not seeing that anywhere on here. Oh
Okay.
no!
Oh, okay.
One of the early stages was Great River Road. 85 k's of flow, camber and speed. No traffic. No distractions. Just the kind of tarmac that reminds you why driving matters.
Now we're living. This is the best road that we have come to so far. And
Great River Road in Victoria, everybody, if you want to check it out.
the M3 just loves it. Like for an 1800 kilo car, honestly at this point I would have thought that you'd be able to feel the weight a hell of a lot more, but oh, and those gear shifts. Just a symphony of the straight six under the bonnet is just amazing.
Well, you have no idea there's a cavernous boot behind you and a big wagon, do you?
No, God no.
It's crazy.
Like, look at that. Proper M car emotion.
Are we going to try and do an overtake on a GT3 RS, mate?
I was just thinking that.
We've got more torque.
We do. See ya, GT3 RS. This is the sort of thing that you'll have in your dreams and then you'll wake up and you go, oh, I've got to go to work today.
I know.
And we're doing it. Driving an M3 at 1010s, chasing the GT3 RS, which is also not letting up.
Look at this road
And
as well.
look at this.
Yeah. I love
heaven.
that pocket of fog or cloud that's just sitting there in the distance.
This is actually heaven.
Brendan from Wipertech rolled up in his 991 GT3 RS in the beautiful lava orange launch spec. And even though the M3 was down on weight and up on practicality, it never felt outclassed. That's what surprised me the most. The BMW truly felt made for this.
Something you don't see very often at all, but GT3 RS and the 911R, that is proper stuff. Green one,
How
yeah.
much fun was that?
Oh, that was awesome. That was
I
awesome.
wasn't sure if you wanted to pass me or...
No, we're more than happy behind you.
I
actually.
thought we just have a go, but be flowing.
Exactly, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, just enjoy it. I'm Brendan.
Oh, Patrick.
Hey, wait,
We're on a
Patrick,
page
nice
called
to meet you.
2PJZ, yeah. Hello. How good was that? That was a bit of fun. Oh, how good was that? The two RSs and the 911R. It's just, as a big Porsche fan, damn, that is cool.
Fair to say here, we got a little bit carried away.
We're back in the zone.
Ready, Sam?
Very serious face on Pat at the moment. He's concentrating.
Concentration face.
Yeah.
We launched after the GT3s and spent the next 10 minutes chasing shadows. But when a car like this has grip, power, and MX drive underneath, you chase.
You seen that guy in the UK with the Lamborghini?
Yeah, he's just like,
what?
yeah, he's like, nah!
Nobody shifts like me, fam.
All work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for wherever, I'll be front and center. Don't fly too close to the sun, your body chopped up by propellers. Came in arrogant, but left out in a stretcher.
Lunch was a volunteer-run picnic at a cricket oval.
Chilling in
No espresso martinis, just sandwiches, banter, and one of the officials being really confused as to why we had so much camera gear in the car.
Yep, still flashing.
Holy shit, there's more crap in this car and you can focus again.
Yeah, we're competing, but also filming the event as competitors.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
We absolutely loved every single interaction that we were having with all the volunteers and officials along the way. These guys truly make the event tick.
10,
Oh no.
11, 12, bink, and finish. That's not bad, mate. That was pretty f***ing good.
That No, it's Sam.
Oh, Sam. Keep going around there.
I thought someone was yelling at us because we were going the wrong way.
Another trial. There you go. Another trial complete.
And trial by fire for Sam because we keep leading him behind.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, dude.
This right here is what Targa Classica is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about variety. Look what sort of cars you see in the shop behind me here. Like 911s galore. I don't even know what that green thing is. AMG GT, the SLS, which is pretty cool, seeing the SLS and the GT together in the same spot. But this is what it's all about. Just the joined by the love of cars. Doesn't matter what you drive. Once we have a little spot of lunch, we're due out in about 45 minutes. Got my Grip Auto watch here, by the way. Thank you guys for throwing me that, and to Gant for the clothing. Gonna run inside now, see what there is to eat.
For 2 whole days now, Ben hadn't stopped about the Giulia Quadrifoglio, and I had to tell him what Aaron thought of his dream car.
You're going to enjoy this actually. I saw the Alpha behind us. You know when we pulled up behind one in traffic once and Aaron said, "What the hell is a Guila?"
A Guila.
I was like, oh, I've got to tell Ben this is dream car.
I can't believe she doesn't know even that it exists.
Yeah. It's
Like, has she not seen one around?
no.
Far out. That sucks.
After a few attempts, we finally nailed an average speed test. Dialed in cruise control, kept eyes on the marker.
Okay, we're approaching it now. Try and hit it at 96 if you can. Is that it there? Start. They do these time trials, but then they also do these average speeds. 95.4, I think you're good. We're at 96.2, 96.3, so drop it down a little bit.
And after missing every other one, we might have actually gotten close on this one. By this point, we were getting pretty competitive, and we really wanted to dial in our technique. Then we switched off the clocks and just drove. This is when the M3 comes alive. Not when it's perfect, but when you're just flowing through corners and it's reading your mind.
We're on some twisties, so we had to turn the cameras back on. Have a look at this road.
This is cool. What road is this, I wonder?
C537, yep.
Yeah.
What a complex. Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, that felt great, didn't it? Oh. Not what a wagon should be doing.
No way.
We pushed it all afternoon. 400 k's into the rally and the car still felt planted. It still felt eager. It still made us grin. Now that's not normal for a super big and heavy wagon.
So much more body roll in normal mode too, isn't there?
And you wouldn't expect that with a click of a button. It just turns into an absolute monster.
Yeah.
And people on the drive have been calling it the Incredible Hulk, and you can see why.
I mean, you're also a menace.
And I'm a menace too, yeah. I mean, when in Rome, I suppose,
Yeah.
so.
We've been hammering today.
Yeah.
And there's not been one moment when we were like, oh, that was good. Even when we went over the bumps and almost got the traction system didn't bug out and cause us to some of
veer
those
off.
older cars, the traction system actually makes you veer off sometimes.
2, 3, 4, and we finish. That was a good one. That was a good one, mate.
That's pretty good. Oh, wow.
Woo! Like, I'm actually so hyped when we do a good job. Like, it's kind of dumb to be hyped about going over some bloody road lines in the right number of seconds, but it's a thrill, guys. We don't have to go fast, but it's that precision and like knowing that we're actually improving.
Day 2 Raptors saw us 58th overall and 32nd in class, but more importantly, we were starting to really feel like we belonged. Day 3 brought the heat, the longest drive. Track time, dust, and us still somehow running on not much more than servo snacks, 3 hours sleep, and sheer enthusiasm.
Gotta make the cold start beefier.
Pulled into a cafe, and even the locals wanted to know why a wagon was here. And honestly, fair question, but every day the car kept earning its place, and every day it was an absolute hit with the locals, regardless of whether they were into cars or not. And then we arrived at the Welby drag strip. It was extremely hot, 38 degrees outside, and God knows how hot on the tarmac. This was an average speed test, but if you think that I was going to rock up to a racetrack in an M3 Touring and keep an average speed of 70 k's an hour around the whole thing, you obviously don't know me.
Oh, come on.
Gosh. Yep, we're going that way.
How do you expect me not to light it up down here?
You can go as hard as you want. You got the power. Might as well use it.
Okay, maybe we just do.
And while it was too hot to try and drift the M3, it did not flinch whatsoever. These sticky Michelins really do a good job.
I'm just so annoyed, it just didn't want to go.
No.
And then we arrived at Winton Raceway. A key feature on the annual Australian Supercars Championship calendar, Winton is an incredibly technical, fun and challenging track. Little did I know, we were actually going to get the chance to go out by ourselves.
Do you want to actually do it properly, or do you want to just rip it? Dude, this is actually sick.
This was another one of those average speed zones, but if you think that I'm going to have the chance to get on Winton without a helmet, with no one else on the track, and take it easy, all I can say here is refer to the previous scene.
I'm not coming to a racetrack, I'm not going around it.
Yeah. Dude, we're on Winton. Get on the brakes, pitch it in. Oh yeah, wash off the speed, move over. Woo! And on the brakes. Oh, tyre squeal. Brake.
Oh, that was wicked.
That was
wicked.
While sitting down with Ben and actually enjoying some air conditioning and some lunch, I had an idea. I wanted to go out and get a video for my Instagram chasing Sid and his GT3 RS around the track to really prove that the M3 is the best hybrid daily that money can buy. So we went and found Sid, got him in his car, dropped the hammer and chased him.
Awesome. Awesome. Look at it go. On the brakes. And across the line.
That lap was totally unreal. That made the whole event for me, right there. I mean, where else do you get to have private access to a racetrack with no helmet to enjoy yourself and have fun?
How good was that?
Dude, that was absolutely insane.
We just did 2 laps of Winton, one behind Sid in the GT3 RS, who was not slouching.
Yeah, he was fanging it.
And we weren't too far behind.
Yep.
Leaving Winton, the car still felt pretty new, which honestly I would expect only after a couple of laps. There was no brake fade, no faults, just this heavy, capable thing turning into a true driver's car. Honestly, as much as I love BMWs, I didn't expect to like it this much.
And I think that's what this car stands for, really. Like,
I think so.
you can load it up with this stuff and you can go on a camping trip with your family, you can do a road trip like we're just cruising, still in sport mode, it's still very comfortable. by the way.
Yeah, nice.
Or you can go to the racetrack. That's literally what it's designed for, is to go to the shops, then go to the racetrack after, and then go home.
We arrived at Mitchelton Winery sunburnt, sweaty and buzzing, parked up beside classic metal, this beautiful 992 Turbo S, and we really had that rare moment of feeling like we earned our spot here. Ben and I wrapped day 3 with a smile. 56th overall, 31st in class. Not rapid, not slow, but consistent. At this point in the trip, the M3 had gained quite the reputation, and not for any bad reasons. People just admired the performance and the daily driving hybrid capabilities of the car. This thing could go from an absolute monster to a docile cruiser in seconds. The final day. Spirits were high, bodies were sore, and I'd made it this far without forgetting a thing until now. I left my main camera back at the hotel.
Expensive mistake if they weren't so friendly.
Indeed.
How good is that? Camera's back.
We've had to do an additional 30 Ks.
My mum would always tell me that I would lose my head if it wasn't screwed on.
Alright dude, so I've done some quick maths. Quick maths. 2
plus 2 is 4. Minus 1, that's 3. Quick maths. Everyday maths on the clock. Smoke trees. Anyway, yeah.
I didn't know you were just going to hit me with that.
I
Was
know
good.
the whole thing. I could keep going.
Holy
anyway.
smokes.
Back on the road, we tried to reset. Some light banter, a bit of role play, A car that keeps switching between cruiser and lunatic with the push of a button.
This car is a monster. To simulate this for you right now, Ben and I are in our 70s, and we're currently cruising to our favourite wine spot in the beautiful countryside of Victoria here at 90 kilometres per hour. But then suddenly, an urge from our childhood comes out, and we click the M1 button, which means we're now in manual mode. We drop the gears down slowly to third. The crest is approaching. Enjoy. Oh! Through the slingshot.
It doesn't feel like the same car, mate.
That's how easy it is. I hit one button.
It still makes me laugh how a wagon that can tackle 0 to 100 in 3.6 seconds can also carry 3 blokes, gear, and cruise like a Grand Tourer.
And it's funny as well because you've got another button which we're calling dickhead mode.
Dickhead mode,
basically.
That's basically the same, but no aids and rear-wheel drive. Like, find me something else that does that for under 200 grand.
Yeah,
with
true.
the equivalent power. It's just,
Truly a quadrifoglio.
But you can't put it in all-wheel drive and like slingshot.
Yeah,
you
true.
can't do that into a corner and not end up on that gum tree.
Then came the Eastern Lions go-kart track. Tight corners, narrow lines, no helmets. But this was an average speed zone.
You know Pat and the track, he's just going to gun it. You reckon you're going to gun it or what?
I don't know. Our average speed was so good before. It's the same thing I had yesterday.
Did you get it out of your system yesterday, do you reckon? Or
do you think I obeyed that rule?
on the brakes. When Pat gets a rush of blood to the head, you just gotta let him go.
Big-bodied girl.
Man, he just sent it again.
Oh, we sent it as well.
Holy shit.
Points, were we?
Nah, Ben was like, yeah, you set your average speed. I'm like, shut up.
But in a car like this, it's impossible not to. The grip, the balance, the way it talks to you mid-corner, it eggs you on. Eventually, we did get told off, which was fair enough. I don't think they were expecting us to treat a go-kart track like the Nürburgring.
I don't know, dude, if there was more young people, I feel like we'd all just rip it. Like, we'd all just go.
It needs to be more of that.
Yeah.
And more just like freedom on the track.
Yeah, because you get that kind of rush of blood and you just want to go.
I want to be like so jittery that I don't need a coffee because I'm just adrenaline fueled. I think that's the difference between the demographics, though.
And then we arrived at Broadford, our third and final racetrack and our last stop of the rally. A tight, undulating circuit made for motorbikes with barely a margin for error. The kind of place where big cars feel way out of their depth, but not this one. Point, brake, turn, go. Every command answered without drama. By this point, the M3 felt like an extension of us. Not a press car, not a loader, just a proper part of the team and a true companion for 4 days of awesome driving.
My mouth hurts from smiling so much. Like, it's one of those cars.
Yeah.
You don't really get those cars much, particularly with newer models these days.
Yeah.
But it's one of those cars that evokes so much joy because you just want to be stupid. That's what M cars are all about. Cleaning the streets and a freak in the sheets. That's what it is.
Just when we thought it was over, we cruised out of Broadford onto some of the best B roads of the whole rally.
All by design, this thing. Oh yeah, Nirvana.
I want to make a special shout out to the Targa route planners. They could have sent us back on the freeway, but they decided to make our drive home as interesting as possible.
They send them out months in advance to drive the route, plan it out, map it all out. And it's like multiple different times, I think, that they send people out to continuously make sure the roads don't...
Yeah, like there's no
road conditions don't change.
Trees or...
Yeah, and road works and stuff.
Yeah, look at this. Wow. It's one of those moments that you just feel pretty lucky to be doing this.
100%.
And that drive back to Melbourne, it hit differently. The sun was lower, the car was quieter, the jokes were softer, but underneath it, you felt it. That buzz, that ache, that bittersweet ending to something you didn't know you needed.
And now we are back to reality.
Melbourne traffic greeted us with its usual charm. Gridlock, horns, crushing reality.
But the good thing about this car, mate, it can handle it all, right?
It's the sort of thing where we were just in full attack mode, just like absolutely giving it the beans, because we knew that this was the last time we could properly do this. And
yeah.
I give this car back tomorrow. As soon as you get back to regular traffic, all you have to do is one button, well, I mean 2 buttons really. It's the M1 button, then you just change from sport to road mode, everything gets reset.
Yep.
And you can just do this, riding bumps, cruising.
I know you're going to be sad to give it back.
I'm going to be depressed as hell to give it back.
Yeah.
But then we rolled into Olympic Park.
I believe we finally did it.
This is good. We have to do it again next year.
100%. We definitely do.
Before we finish, what have we learned? What are your 3 big things?
I don't know. One thing for me is just realizing how much insane work is put in to the road book and the route planning and just every single thing. So like I think that's a massive draw card, because where else can you find an experience with just this level of work? I don't know how many marshals, 20, 30, 50 different marshals.
Total curation.
Yeah, it's fully curated.
Yeah.
So I love that. That's one of my things.
Yep.
Yeah, what about you?
I think for me, it's just a bloody lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like it is a lot of fun.
So many unique experiences like packed into a few days.
Yeah.
It is a challenge to do, and you do get like a sense of achievement. And I can imagine the people in the classics, when they finish and they get their cars through, especially if they've had some issues, like it's a big sense of achievement.
And you have such a strong like bond with your car. Like I love this thing. I feel like it's mine now, as you did last year with the Giulia.
Yeah.
Because you go through so much in a few days, and like so many kilometers. When I picked this up, it had just over 5,500. Now done 7,164. If you love to drive your car, I can't think of anything better where you get to just do it all.
Perfect way to summarize it, mate. Here we go, we're finishing.
What's the sense in sharing this one and only love?
So cool. There you go. Man, thanks, dude. That's it. Let's go celebrate.
And just like that, we'd finished. 52nd overall out of 86 cars. 27th in class. No trophies, no regrets. Just a story we'll be telling for a long time. Because this wasn't just a rally. It was 4 days of memories, stitched together by corners, laughter, and a car that never once asked for a break. The people made it. The volunteers, the competitors, the conversations in servo car parks and winery driveways. That's what sticks with you.
We've had such a fantastic time. Massive thank you to all my partners for the event. Targa Classica for inviting me out. Gant Australia for supplying me with some great clothes. BMW for throwing me the keys to this car. Very, very thankful to everyone's support. Thankful to all the viewers. You guys are the ones that actually make this all happen. This wouldn't be happening for me without you. It was a total dream come true. To think a year ago I hadn't even started posting, and now I was traveling with one of my best mates in a car like this is a total dream come true.
Crazy, dude,
it truly is. This car, honestly, as an all-rounder, you just can't get much better. I hope you've enjoyed it all. Hope you've enjoyed seeing the M3 at full tilt and just cruising through.
Absolutely smashed it. You're a maniac, mate.
I mean, when you have a car like that, you've got race tracks, the average speeds don't matter. Like even the time trials, when you're crawling, it's still so much fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we just loved it. We loved all of it. So on behalf of both of us, thank you so much to Targa Classica for having us out. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you go and check out Ben's channel, Life Through Optics, both on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you get your content. Go like and subscribe to him.
But me, I'm not sure I ever want to drive anything else other than this in this rally. The M3 was the perfect companion. It had space, it had power, it had class. It took every single challenge we threw at it with total aplomb. BMW knocked it out of the park with this M3. If you've enjoyed this film, please leave a like so other people who enjoy this content can see it. Comment on what you think of our experience and what we should take on the Targa Classica in 2026. If you'd like to learn more about the Targa Classica, there will be links in the description where you can sign up for next year. See us there. Thank you so much for watching.
My name's Pat.
I'm Ben.
Stay driven. See you next time.
Take it easy, guys.